Greetings and salutations, guys, gals, people, and pals. It's the gentleman, Sir Turtle, and we're back at it here again. We're here to be talking about a couple of important things. One of the biggest things is the Street Fighter Duel community in the Discord server and its concerns and its worries on how the game's being handled, and a couple of other things that I would like to talk about in this video. First, a little bit context on the Street Fighter Duel community. First, a little context on the Street Fighter Duel community. As you may or may not know, the Discord community is at about 18,000 members, and while it's a small portion of the overall player base of Street Fighter Duels, it is a very vocal minority, and they have become an important part of the game's community. One of the unique aspects of the Discord community is that various staff and team members are active in the server. This makes it one of the best places to share the game feedback and actually reach the teams such as the developers. However, despite this level of engagement, there's still some concerns that the community has about the game. One of the biggest concerns that the community have is that this game is seen as a cash grab by some. What a cash grab typically refers to is a game that is designed to extract as much money as possible from its players through microtransactions, loot boxes, and other monetizational strategies, without providing a satisfied gaming experience. And as many of you know, that's all the rage that's nowadays in the video game community. And one of the bigger concerns within the Street Fighter Duels is that many of the units that are coming over through from other regions are being changed by their types and some of their skills, and this is being seen as a cash grab before, because, for example, Flame Chun-Li in other regions was just a flame unit that you were able to gather and get and pull and eventually build up without having to spend money. As over here, she is a legendary unit in which you have to spend, and it is obviously behind the paywall where you start at $100 and it ends up being $30 if you get the discounts. The cash grabs generally are often criticized because of how exploitive it is, and then preying on the player's fear of missing out and the constant urge to progress and compete in the game. A lot of companies and game developers are notoriously known for this. Nexon, Tencent, Blizzard, and so on and so forth. It's a plague within the gaming community, but it's something that it seems to be here to stay. And it's for led many frustrations among the players, because they feel they're forced to spend money on the game to keep up with these changes. Another major concern is the server lock and the limitations between what they call battle zones, as well as the initial server lock of a cross region lock. So if you're in EU, you cannot play with your North American friends. If you're North American, you cannot play with your European friends, and vice versa. It's just you're losing out on a lot of communication and cross play between friends. It's frustrating. To clarify exactly, a server lock is a term describes a situation where players are restricted from accessing certain games and servers or game modes. In this extent, server 1 through 25 are locked, server 26 to 50 is locked, server 51 to 75, and so on and so forth. It is between every 25 servers. In some cases, these server locks can be temporary, as for us it was initially temporary, as we had access to all servers until they changed it, and thus made it to how it is now. Is it possible that they'll change it into the future? Everything is subject to change, but this has led to a lot of players being frustrated because it's preventing them from being able to play with their friends. It's preventing them from being able to join the guilds that they wish to join, and this is also hurting the guilds in terms of recruiting players, because, for example, my guild is in server 1. being able to recruit with from only server 1 to 25 realistically is becoming impossible, because unless I'm actively looking and stealing from other guilds that already have invested members, new players will not be coming into server 1 through 25, and thus we won't be getting new players into our guilds. So not being able to recruit from these servers, which they're constantly making new servers. I believe they're up to server 500 plus or whatever. I have no access to any new players that are making their accounts on these new servers. So it's killing the guilds, and it's preventing a lot of friends from playing with one another. And the community's been very vocal about this time and time again. And then I think one of the biggest issues and concerns, and this has been a long time coming, in terms of pity. Before, the initial concerns and issues was that they believe many players, many content creators believe that pity and the polls were rigged. And with the pity and polls, what that means is, what exactly is pity? If you have to ask, pity is a system in a game that guarantees a player a certain number of units after a certain number of polls. But it is believed that that's been removed from divination and regular polls, which, and as well as it's never been in the special summons, because obviously that's new, and that came out after the perceived pity nerf and raids. So what does this mean as an overall? Basically, it means that you have to spend more to get the units you want, because it's strictly RNG. And for those units such as Akuma and the special unit, it's 2%, and for the regular pulls, it's 5%, if I'm not mistaken. These percentages obviously are very low. Doesn't mean it's impossible. No, it's possible, but I know some people who have pulled 100 tickets in the special summon and have yet to get one Akuma. While on the flip side, there's some people who spent 100 tickets and they've gotten anywhere from like 5 to 10 Akumas. So it's truly in the hands of RNG with the removal of pity. This is also the issue, is that there's no confirmed way to know whether pity or any of the riggings were removed, because we never had any true die-hard concrete evidence that it was in the game in the first place. There, like I said, there's been content creators that have shown evidence in the rulings that pity and rigs did exist, but there was no confirmed actions from the developers or the publishers. So without that actual confirmation, we can't truly say that it's ever existed in the first place. And then the last, I think this is a little bit more minute problem, but there's still a concern, is events. For example, the recurring events and the ones that they have chosen to recur. Many people enjoy the Terra events. It's one of the best resource gathering events. Many people would like the Hammer event to return back, but what we notice is the Budo battle has returned and the draft has returned. The draft is a hit or miss. There are players that enjoy draft, but the Budo battle is unanimously called booty battle because it's boring, it's pointless, and you literally don't do anything. You just point and click and say, yeah, this is who I'm voting for, and that's it. It's just the dumbest event in my personal opinion. Wasted time. They could do some other things. If anything, just give me another Tarot event and call it a day. But yeah, those are the concerns of the Discord. Again, it's a vocal minority, but we can make it a loud majority if you join the Discord. The link is in the description below. Definitely join, because that's the fastest way and the easiest way to make your concerns known, because we do have a game feedback section where a staff member takes this information and passes it forward to the teams that needs to be responsible for said feedbacks. So it's definitely something that has been utilized, has changed the game before. For those that have been playing since the Monster Hunter Ken, you got that free Monster Hunter Ken because of the Discord. Just saying. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Join the Discord, please. It's a wonderful community and it's a great place to learn about the game and just communicate, and just hang out. So like, comment, subscribe. Stay happy, stay hydrated, stay alive. Turtle out.